Many Louisiana farmers have been in contact with the state's congressional leadership in Washington recently over a proposed EPA regulation set to go into effect here in Louisiana May 10th. The Spill Prevention, Control, and Countermeasure Rule, or SPCC rule, would mandate that some Louisiana farmers build levees around fuel storage tanks on their farms. The rule would even apply to any farm fuel tanks on wheels. This week in Louisiana Agriculture's Taylor Fry now shows us how such a regulation would drive up production costs to the state's farmers and ranchers.
Irwinville grain farmer Donald Shakesnider may know his way around his combine, but a new federal regulation has him a bit confused.
Some of the regulations aren't spelled out very good.
Starting in May, the EPA will require Shakesnider to implement a spill prevention, control, and countermeasure plan. This means Shakesnider could have to build berms and levees around fuel storage tanks on his farm.
I think the outline that EPA has given hasn't been well defined as what's acceptable and what's not yet.
Shakesnider worries that the vague rule will ultimately cost him money.
Because I don't want to have to do something and have to have it redone 6 months down the line.
The SPCC regulations require farmers to have an emergency readiness plan in case of a fuel spill, as well as groundwater protection measures such as a containment barrier.
This is acceptable.
The plan also includes a two-tier system based on the amount of fuel stored on the owner's property, which Shakesnider says is difficult to follow when creating a plan on his own.
I would definitely encourage anyone to go ahead and get their plan or make.
NRCS Assistant State Conservationist Sarah Haymaker may have help for farmers who fall under Tier 2 of the SPCC.
NRCS does have available assistance, and that is in the form of a conservation activity plan, and they can come in and sign up and say that they're interested in getting a plan.
Still, Shakesnider falls under the Tier 1 rule, which means no help for him.
And that's one thing I wish EPA would have more of, exact plans of what is acceptable and what's not.
Regardless, Shakesnider still has to be in compliance with the SPCC rules by the May 10th deadline. For This Week in Louisiana Agriculture, I'm Taylor Fry.
Even small to medium-sized farming operations could be impacted by as much as $50,000 to build berms or brick structures around their fuel storage tanks. To learn more about the SPCC rule, you can visit our website at twilatv.org.